Hey, this is Carter Jackson, and you're listening to Canisius Basketball on the Golden Griff Broadcast Network.
Before we get back to action on the floor at the Intelli Center in Jersey City, global premium experience company Legends is proud to sponsor Canisius University Athletics. Go to legends.net to learn more about custom branded merchandise for your team and or business. Griffs down 46-40, and they are without their leading scorer on the bench right now, Paul McMillan, averaging 20 points per game, missing his second straight game with a back injury, and will finish as the second leading scorer in the conference and 21st in the country. Also without Jasmine Senga for the last 11 games. Those were two players when these two teams met in the middle of January that were in double figures. However, McMillan way under his season total of 11 points, only going 3 for 15 from the floor and 5 for 7 from the free throw line. Obviously hurts not having him, but Tanacopa has stepped up, leading the way right now with 13 points. In his career, get this, 273 career threes made. He is one of just 39 players to make over 270. There will be 2 shots at the line for Zakir Williamson. Played 3 years with the UB Bulls in 44 games. Been a long time since he's been in double figures as he clanks the first one. Last time he had over 10 points was at Ryder on January 31st. Still looking for his first points here today in just 8 minutes. And his second shot rising up and goes 1 of 2. St. Peter's 10 for 12 from the free throw line, way above their season average. Griffs have only had 2 attempts at the free throw line. More pressure from the Peacocks in the full court. Bernard up the floor, passing the SP logo in the circle. Tanacopa in his final collegiate game, trying to will this Griffs team to their 4th win. Bounce pass Godfrey, backdoor cut Tanacopa for the 10-footer. That was a really good play, but off the mark for the Australia native. Now up the floor, Bryce Eaton finding Marcus Randolph. 17 points today for him. Now Eaton on the give and go. Another 3 off the mark. They are 0 for 5 from beyond the arc here in the half. Little spin move for Copa up the floor. He's looking for somebody. One-hand pass up top from Bernard to Godfrey. Now Tanacopa on the right side with Zakir Williamson on him. He'll switch off. Randolph, a better defender. Campolesi now back up to Godfrey. His pick and pop, no good. Johnny Thompson, the rebound on the potential putback went over his head and way out to Ziegler. 7-point Peacock lead with 10:45 left. Griffs now in man after a lot of series in zone. Long kick out, Bakari's 3, another miss. They are very reliant on that 3 ball, but not hitting anything. Extra pass to Eaton in the corner. How about 1 for 6 for 3? Their first make in the second half. Bryce Eaton drills it. Eaton averaging 11 on the season. Now with 6 points and 2 made threes. Anthony Bernard over to Copa. He'll try to answer with the 3 on the left side. Good. His 4th 3 of the day. Right in front of me from 26 feet away. Good answer. Making it a 7-point game again. Down in his defensive slide, Anthony Bernard. Against Randolph. Eaton. Campolesi put on a little shimmy. Now in the paint. Dropping it off Ziegler. Looked like he might have walked. Good defense by Thompson, though, with 9 on the clock. Bringing it out, Randolph stepping back, looking at the clock. Swiped away by Bernard. Good defense. And they call a timeout. Anthony Bernard called a timeout. So did Jim Christian as he was right in front of the St. Peter's bench, double-teamed. 3rd team timeout for the Griffs as this one is presented by Reimer Home Services. Call the Rhino at 716-899-HORN for all your plumbing and HVAC needs. Stoppage on the floor. You can see the Peacocks starting to reel a little bit. Settling for threes when that is not a place where they really thrive from. On the season at 33% from 3, 8th in the conference. And they started 7 for 5 in the first half, over 46%, but now you're 1 for 7 at 14%. So it's not really looking as good as it once did. They have a huge size advantage. They're not utilizing so offensively like they did last game when he had 19 points. Or Stephon Roberts. He really hasn't played a lot either. So a little questionable head-scratching move from Bashir Mason and his staff to continue to settle and live and die by the three ball. That's never been the St. Peter's way. However, that has been a main contributor for the Griffs offensively, 46 in the nation in three-point percentage. They are now at 35% after a measly 23 in the first half. 7 for 20 on the game. Play on here at Run Baby Run Arena in Jersey City. Little give and go. Gianni Thompson thought about the three straight on. Roberts was there, goes to his left, and he's fouled, so he'll go to the line. Thought about the three where he's just a little tentative sometimes, shooting 46% in 28 tries from three. Doesn't take the shot, would rather drive to his left, gets fouled. And now the Griffs will double their free throw attempts on the game as Tanacopa, he has the only two, and he's 2 for 2. Unless for unforeseen circumstances, as Thompson makes the first, Canisius will have the fewest amount of free throws in a season. The previous was 420 in the 76-77 campaign. And right now, they have 386 after this one from Thompson, which is good. So they've been great. They're 65th in the nation in free throw percentage, but they average only 9.5 trips to the line a game. Thompson goes 2 for 2 after making all three last game against Ryder. Now on the other end, here come the Peacocks. Half-court offense, bounce pass in the low post to Roberts. He'll spin move to his right. Good contact by Godfrey, and he's straight up. Dylan Godfrey called for his third foul. He's 6'8" compared to Stephon Roberts at 6'10". Straight up and called for the whistle. When Roberts wasn't in the same area code, that shot hit Hoboken. First shot from Roberts goes in and out. Roberts a 60% free throw shooter. He's been held scoreless for the fourth time this season, last time out against Niagara, and he won't be held scoreless here today with that make. So now a 6-point game. Seen it at 7 and 9, but now back to the even number deficit for the Griffs. Pick from way out, about 30 feet away. Now in the corner to Godfrey, in front of the Canisius bench. Hand off to Thompson. Thompson in between the legs dribble, now to his left. So on him, bringing him down, and it's a travel call. So Gianni Thompson hits the deck. It will be the 11th Griff turnover. Both teams with 11 giveaways. Chance for St. Peter's to build on to their lead. That was once up to 16. Now is at just 6. Great second half from the Griffs. Eaton to the near side, Randolph looking for off-ball Ziegler. Only 6 points for him today. Randolph finding So against Gianni Thompson. Now on the right block. Kick out back up top to Ziegler. He'll rise up for the three. Off the heel, coming in, last touch by Roberts. Canisius basketball. So the three missed by Armani Ziegler. He's shooting 31% from three on the season, missing that one. So now St. Peter's is under 34% from downtown, which is still a little bit higher than their season average. So Tanacopa, Anthony Bernard hit to the deck, no call, off ball. He was trying to get open. Bryce Eaton says, no, it's not a foul, and apparently the refs agree. So Bernard with it up the floor. Trying to find an opening, splitting the double team, now kicking over Godfrey. His left corner three, short off front iron. Roberts with another board. Felt a closeout from So. Here's Eaton. Coming off ball, Bakary, his right wing three is left strong. Campolesi, the team's leading rebounder, up the floor. Bounce past Thompson. He'll spin, get under the cup. Kick out Tanacopa. The three is good! Tanacopa his 5th three-pointer of the game. That is the 9th time he's done that this season, and the Griffs are only down by 3. .7:22 left in the first half. Canisius playing one of the best second halves of basketball all season. Yes, this game doesn't mean a whole lot in terms of trying to solidify a spot in AC. They were already eliminated for the first time since 1980 in that regard. But this Griffs team is showing so much fight here against St. Peter's, who is trying to will their way. We do have a potential review, so I'm going to step aside and try to hear more about what they were looking at here on the Golden Griffin Broadcast Network.